What is up, guys? So this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Supergirl Season 3, Episode 12, titled For Good. But before the breakdown, let's watch the trailer.
This world is a crazy place right now.
Rain and the World Killers are still out there. All I'm doing is waiting for their next strike.
There is great power in being the calm at the center of the storm. A beacon to show the way. Supergirl is here to remind us about what's best in ourselves. That's what's most important.
Supergirl, all new episode Monday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
This trailer doesn't really give much away in terms of plot for the episode, which it's a good thing that we have the synopsis though, because that does give away a lot of plot, also promotional photos. So the synopsis for this episode reads: Morgan Edge threatens Lena. Someone tries to kill Morgan Edge and he barely survives. He accuses Lena of being behind the attempt and vows to destroy her. When Lena fears her hatred for Morgan will take her to the Luthor dark side, Kara steps in to help her friend. Meanwhile, after Sam realizes she's losing time, she confides in Alex, who decides to run some medical tests to see if she can find out what's going on with her new friend. So that's a lot to unpack. So first of all, someone tries to kill Morgan Edge. I said in a previous video, the synopsis breakdown for this video, and I guess I'm going to say the same things in this video. I'm also going to add things from the trailer, but I think that someone who tries to kill Morgan Edge and then he barely survives and he accuses Lena, it would be awesome, and it would be a crazy twist if at the end of the episode it's revealed that it was actually Lena who tried to kill Morgan Edge. That would be a great twist. I might even set up Lena to be a villain in Season 4, maybe even the main villain, and I think that would really work if in the end of the episode it's revealed that the person who actually tried to kill Morgan Edge is Lena, and he was right, and that would be just an amazing twist. Also, it says in the synopsis when Lena fears her hatred for Morgan will take her to the dark side. That might be foreshadowing for that actually happening in maybe this episode with the reveal that she tried to kill him, or maybe in a future episode. Who knows? I think it would be great if Lena was the main villain of Season 4. I think it would work. I think, yeah, sure, it might be a little bit copying Superman because she's a Luthor, but I think it would work. That's if we get a Season 4, which is pretty probable, actually. So, and then it says, meanwhile, Sam realizes she's losing time. She confides in Alex. That actually happened last episode, so that's another case of a misleading synopsis. That happens a lot, it seems. But the thing that's happening in this episode is Alex is going to run tests on Sam, and I doubt they're going to reveal anything. I doubt they're going to get anything out of these tests. I bet what they're going to find is there's nothing wrong with her, and then later, like at the end of the episode when she's alone, she turns into Rain. I doubt this side plot with Alex trying to run some medical tests on Sam. I doubt it will have any impact on the show at all. They might find something and that will reveal to everyone that Sam is Rain, but at the same time I really doubt that they're going to do that, and which is why I don't think this subplot will mean anything to the overall plot of the story of the season. So back to the trailer, and I'm going to do a full breakdown here. So at the beginning, John just says that the world is a crazy place right now. He's probably talking about the whole Rain thing and not what it just cuts to, which is somebody shooting at James. It's probably what they're talking about, because later in the trailer you hear Supergirl talking about Rain and the World Killers. But moving on, we see somebody shooting at James. That's probably Morgan Edge, because Morgan Edge, he said in the synopsis that he vows to get revenge on Lena Luthor because he thinks Lena Luthor tried to kill him. And since Lena and James are dating now, maybe he hired this guy to shoot James or something like that. It doesn't really make any sense thinking about it right now. Why would he do that? But that's really the only reason I would think that somebody would shoot at James, other than like it's just a mugging or something like that. Or it's either that or there's no purpose. Either the Morgan Edge thing or just a normal, not normal, but like a regular mugging or something like that. Also, because of the promotional photos, we already know the result of this scene. The result being here, you can see in this photo that this guy's knocked out. You see the gun in his hand, and he has a beard, so it's the same person. And James is fine. He's over him. He probably tackled him or something like that, so we already know how this scene will end. After Supergirl complains about Rain being out there and the World Killers and she can't do anything, John says that there's great power in being a beacon of hope, being the calm in the storm. I think that's a huge theme they're going for this season, being that Supergirl gives hope to people. They did that. They emphasized it a lot last episode, which means episode 11, which is the Fort Ross episode. They emphasized that a lot with her giving hope to Livewire, and that Mon-El had that whole thing where he told Supergirl that she gave hope to her. It was definitely very emphasized, so that's probably like the theme of the season, being hope, or Supergirl gives hope to people, because you hear John here saying that there's power in being a beacon of hope, which is basically like similar to what Mon-El said in last episode. So I definitely think that's a huge theme they're going for this season. We see Lena foaming up here, which means she was poisoned probably, and then Supergirl flying her to a hospital. Probably, she flew her somewhere, so it's probably a hospital. So first of all, who poisoned her? I'm guessing Morgan Edge hired somebody to poison her, and something like that. That's definitely what happened. Morgan Edge, because he swore to take revenge because he thinks Lena killed him. So he probably hired somebody to poison her, or maybe he poisoned her herself. So the second question is, will she die here? I highly, highly, highly doubt it. Because first of all, she's a fan favorite character for most of the people who watch this show, and they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't kill off a fan favorite character so easily. And second of all, they just killed a character last episode. They wouldn't go 2 episodes in a row killing characters. So there's literally nothing to worry about with Lena here. She will not die, that's for sure. But there might be lasting consequences with this poisoning. I don't know, but she definitely will not die. We see Mon-El and Supergirl and also Guardian in the same room together. It actually looks pretty cool, but it would look a little bit cooler if he had his red suit, which we saw in the promotional material for the mid-season of the CW. We saw his red suit, and I don't know when it's going to show up. Hopefully really soon, because right here when Supergirl and him landed, you can barely tell he's wearing a suit. It just looks like he's wearing a black jumpsuit. You can barely tell it's a costume. It's just so lame that he doesn't have his comic book suit yet, because he is getting it. That's no doubt about that. We saw it in the promotional material, and there's no way they would show that without giving him that suit later in the season. So I'm betting there will be another Legion of Superhero arc this season where the Legion sport more comic book accurate costumes. But until then, his costume just looks so underwhelming, which is still something I guess, complain about, because I don't understand why they just didn't give him his normal costume. Now, maybe they were making it. I don't know. It doesn't take that long. So that's definitely a complaint of mine. Seeing them land and then seeing him without his red costume, the one we saw in the mid-season finale, the mid-season trailer for the CW, it's just so lame. So that's the trailer and the synopsis and all the promotional photos. There's really not much to talk about because this looks like a throwaway episode. It looks like something that Supergirl does from time to time, where they just deviate from the main story and focus on minor characters, and, might I say, more boring characters like Guardian and Lena, and they give them the spotlight in episodes, and it never really works out well. It's always a throwaway episode, and I never look forward to these episodes, which is why I'm not really looking forward to this one. Another thing is that Morgan Edge is in this episode, and while I kind of liked him in the first time we saw him, ever since then, whenever he shows up, it's not his fault. It's the other characters' reactions to him's fault. It's so annoying when everyone says, "I hate you," right to his face, and we get it. We get it. You hate him. But you don't have to tell us over and over and over and over again that you hate this guy. We get it. He's evil. He's clearly a bad person, but we should come to our own assumptions about him. And yeah, characters can voice their opinions from time to time. That's fine. But when they do it constantly over and over again, every single time you see him on screen together with another person, it gets annoying after a while. Which is, all that together is the main reason I'm not excited for this episode. Also, the subplot looks pretty boring. It doesn't look like it's going to be impactful to the story. This episode in general doesn't look like it's going to be impactful to the season-long story at all, unlike episode 11 and 10, which definitely were. However, if this episode has that twist at the end that I said, if Lena turns out to actually be the one who attempted to kill Morgan Edge, that might save this episode for me from being just a throwaway episode, because it would be such a brilliant twist. It would be such a brilliant twist. It would be, even though I'm predicting it, it would be so unexpected, because it's not something the writers, I would expect. It's not something they would pull. So if they actually do that, that would be pretty great, and it might save the episode for me from being just this throwaway. It might be good, it might be bad, who knows, but even if it is good, it's not, it's a throwaway episode. Just like Midvale, that was a good episode, but it was so pointless. This might be something similar. But let me know what you thought about the trailer, the synopsis, the promotional photos, and what I said about the twist ending at the end of the episode. That might happen, it might not, probably won't. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.